Hey everybody, this is Dr.J and Kamal live from Long Island, New York, where the weather is absolutely pleasant, right?
It's like spring.
Yeah.
It feels like end of April, early May.
And the Bitcoin that I planted in the fall is coming through right now to blossom, right? It's,
Yes, I'm very happy today with the SMCI.
you know,
MS,
MSTR maybe?
MSTR, yes, yes.
I know you bought a lot of that. Where with 530 you bought it?
Correct. 538 or 539.
Yeah, so I actually added some more to my Bitcoin collection. At first, I've been adding in the 400s, but I added some more to MicroStrategy today, also in 530s.
And Wolf did very well.
Wolf was a good pickup.
Yeah. I have it at 168.
When I charted it the other day, it was like less than 160, right?
Correct. It was the 156 or 155, something. The
Yeah.
154, yes.
So our timing was your timing especially was good. 160 was a good pickup on Wolf.
Yes, yes. I think those they're gonna keep going up. I really do.
Yeah. Last year in March when Silicon Valley went bust and all the banks were in an uproar, Bitcoin moved up 40%, and now Bitcoin is moving up, and was again there's murmurs of bank failures looming. None have failed yet, but I think
So banks misery is happiness to Bitcoin, huh?
that might be the case. We'll see what happens if we get a few bank failures. I don't think this is the end of the world, but if we do get a few, Bitcoin might move up. Like it did last time. Bitcoin might move up anyway. There's a lot of catalysts for Bitcoin. It's gaining acceptance even in Washington. There's a legislative committee that's putting together regulations for Bitcoin that'll actually be bullish, I think. So our senator from New York is on that committee. Uh,
Yeah,
Kirsten Gillibrand.
right.
Yeah,
So the
and
SPY also today hit a new all-time high.
yeah, Spy looks good, very good. It's going to break 500. S&P 500 will break 5,000. I think we're in very good shape. The charts look very good to me. The SPY looks good. The Bitcoin chart looks excellent. MicroStrategy chart looks really good. KRE, but even the KRE, I'm looking for signs of weakness. It's really not there.
But many other stocks were kind of flat today, right?
Yes, but the KRE, you know what that is? That's the regional bank ETF.
Right.
You would think that would be falling apart, but it's not. Chart looks okay. I'll show the chart. So maybe it's not the tip of the iceberg. Maybe it's just a little, aberration. The New York Community Bank may have its quirky little something that caused a problem. Maybe it's not going to spread. I'm hoping not. Let's see who's with us today. Mantis is with us. Mantis is a big Saba guy. Nova stayed for 6 months. Any day now. Okay, good luck to all the Novus holders. Abdallah is with us. Oh, I remember Abdallah. Yeah, we'll take a look at SYRA. SYRA. Remind me to do SYRA.
Will do.
CRISPR is breaking out. We'll take a look at CRISPR as well. We'll try to squeeze in all requests. So let's get going. I think Professor Spike is coming, but looks like he's a little late, so we'll squeeze him in. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the charts. And I'll minimize us and maximize the chart. And we'll look first at the global, the macro. I drew a different, slightly different channel for SPY, because if you notice, the bigger channel has really shrunken into a smaller channel, half the width. So I thought I'd make note of that, and I did. So really, since what is that, 1/8, since January 8th, we've been trading in a narrower channel. So I thought I'd sketch that in, and it looks like the uptrend is fully intact, doesn't it, Kamal?
Yep.
I see this thing. This thing it should go up to like what we were talking about, 530, 550, before there's any serious correction.
What did you say the number was? 535?
Somewhere between 530 and 550. The 50% fib number would be like 545 on SPY. So I'm liking that interval, somewhere between 530 and 550. I think we'd be ripe for a pullback at that point. More than a pullback, maybe a correction, 10%, something like that, or worse. You know, potentially this market could crash if there's some black swan event like the banks. I tell you, the banks scare me more than anything else. That's why I want to chart KRE and New York Community Bank. If they look, and Valley National Bank maybe, if they look shaky to me, that's a concern. It's my biggest concern. I'm not that concerned with geopolitical events. Are you?
Actually, I am.
Yeah, but most of the time, if there's a geopolitical event, within a short period of time, a couple of months or so, the market comes back, goes down temporarily. You know, unless somebody drops an A bomb, we'll be okay. That's how I see. So I mean, while things aren't hunky dory in the world, that's for sure. You have China.
The world is definitely not stable.
No, you have China, Taiwan. You have the Middle East. You have I don't know what else. Ukraine war. I mean, there's a lot of things you can point to, right? But
True.
But with it all, our stock market. I mean, these have been. This is part of the wall of worry that our market is climbing. And I don't see it being a major concern. And also, the odds of a major flare-up, I don't think is great. So, in fact, it could be that the Ukraine war resolves itself. Could be that the Middle East improves, and it could be that China lays its hands off of Taiwan. So it could go the other way, right? It could actually improve. We hope.
Good.
We hope. That's the hope, anyway. So
you're doing your prayers, right?
Actually, yes. I will admit that every morning I pray for world peace. Is that a bad thing to admit?
It's a great thing, actually, but you need to be more realistic.
Well, no. That's my prayer. Let's see. What do we want to do next? Is there anything else you want to see about spiders, about SPY?
No, this chart looks very bullish, and we're still within the channel, which is great.
Yes. So I see us coming back to the lower trend line at about 492, and then probably taking the slow path up. You know, we'll get there. But maybe,
I mean, it really needs to break 500, like with some strength.
516 by February 28th. How's that? You like that?
Yeah, that's great.
That's what my chart is. If I extend that line, that's approximately where what I see. Okay, February, of course, is not a good month. It's the second worst month of the year for the S&P, and for whatever reason, on presidential election years, it's even worse. So on average, I think it goes down 1.1% on presidential election years. But we'll see what happens. I'm really not that nervous by the seasonality stuff. I usually ignore it. I think the charts are more important than the seasonality. Although it's something to think about anyway. Something to factor into the equation, I should say. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is surging. It broke out today. Uh, it didn't break the high of a week ago, but it came right up to it. The high of a week ago, trying to get it, was 45.9. So we didn't quite make that, but we came very close, right?
Yep. I think it will continue. I mean, today was a good day, and tomorrow's Friday. I think it will be a
And
continue.
this is a chart that shows the weekly over a period of 5 years. So I have it wrong. It's 5 weeks. The high of 5 weeks ago was 49,000, I think. Well, let's see, 49,000. So what looks to me is based on the weekly that we're going to retest that 49,000 level. And notice if you draw the Fibonacci retrace from the lows back here in November to from the high in October 21, from the high in October 21 to the lows in November of 23. If you draw that fib retrace for exactly, we topped that out at the 61.8. And it coincides with the previous high back here on March 27, 2022. So this is a very significant number, this 49,000 for Bitcoin. In my mind, when it crosses 49,000, when it closes above 49,000, we're going to directly go to all-time highs. Now, I'm a little bit worried about what looks like it could be an inverse head and shoulders forming, but let's not worry about that unless it happens, okay? For now, I'm very bullish, extremely
That's,
bullish.
that's great.
Yeah, Bitcoin looks like it's going back to retest its all-time high, and that is what was that, 62,000? Let's see. I think that's what it was, right? 61. No, it's covered. I couldn't quite make it out. I think it's 62,000. You see, it's hard. It's a little obfuscated, but I think it's 62,000. Now I could see it. 64,000. So I think we're going back up to that 64,000 level.
Is the same for mstr?
It's a similar
That
chart.
it will test a new all-time high.
I believe so. Let's take a look. Maybe not a new all-time high, but it's going to go up with Bitcoin. That's for sure. Here's my chart, the weekly chart on mstr. And just like Bitcoin, if you draw the fib retracement, it stopped going up at 720 right here. That's what date is that? 12/28 is, I can't make it out. 12/28/23, right? It's up. I can't. It's hard for me to read the date, but I think that's the date. 12/28/23. It put in a year 52-week high at 720. I believe it's 720. No, 689. Where do I get 720 from? I remember 720.
720, but it didn't close at that level.
Yeah, but the high of the day was
It
689.
was,
I think I remember 720. Maybe that happened in the pre-market or the after hours.
no, it
Because
was a wick. It was 726. It was a wick.
oh, your chart says 726.
Right.
Oh yeah, 727. There it is.
727.77.
Yes, I just couldn't get. I couldn't get my cursor exact on the. Yeah, 727, and that coincides with exactly the 50% retrace on Bitcoin from the lows on. Again, I'm squinting to read it. May 16th, I believe. It's like I'm giving myself a vision test, you know.
May 16th, 2022.
Yeah, that was that from that low and the all-time high up here. MicroStrategy was, I think, 900, 920. What was it? Not. It was 1,315. If I'm reading it correctly. It surged to 1,315. That's hard to believe. So I'm not sure we're going back there, but I believe we're definitely going to retest this high from 11/8/21, which is 891.38.
Wow. This year.
Soon, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. I mean, Bitcoin looks like it's getting on its horse, you know. And also, like I said, if KRE collapses, if the regional banks collapse, I think Bitcoin goes up just like it did in March. So it's kind of like an insurance policy. But I don't see that happening really. From the chart, KRE doesn't look bad. I mean, it doesn't look great, but this is KRE. I thought I thought I drew in some lines, but I guess I didn't. It's basically found support on the daily at the 100-day moving average at around 46. The chart looks okay to me. I think if it goes lower, it should find support at the 200. If it breaks below the 200, then I'd be worried. But right now, I'm not going to short the KRE. It doesn't look like it merits it to me. Remember, I was talking maybe I'd short it, but I don't think it merits it. Let's take a look at the 5-year anyway. See if it looks different. We found support at the 50 on the 5-year this week. You see that?
Wow.
We found good support. It bounced right off the 50, just missed the 50. So it's showing the resiliency.
But it looks it might touch it soon.
It might try again to go down. I don't know. We'll watch it on the weekly. The 50 is a key level, and on the daily, the 200 key level.
Can you show the 6 months chart?
Yeah,
on this one?
sure. Don't forget, we want to do those biotechs for Lantis and Abdella.
Yeah.
All right, so KRE on the 6 months shows the same thing. It bounced off the 100, 50, off the 50.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks quite good to me.
Okay.
I mean, it's nothing to panic about yet. To watch, yes, watch it. I want to look at New York Community Bank. That might be another story. Maybe Valley Bank. And then we'll look at the biotechs and wrap it up. New York Community Bank, 419 today. What a collapse. What am I on, the 6 month? Let's take a look at the yearly.
This looks ugly.
It does look ugly, Kamal. So
That's like a falling knife there.
we had when was it? Yesterday we had a new yearly low, and that came in at 360. Today it's trading 50 cents above that. A little, not a recovery, but not a disaster candle today. We got to watch this one. This one could go belly up. I wouldn't be buying it. I wouldn't be shorting it. I'd just leave it alone. That's how I look at this one. It's not one to say, oh, bargain time, I'm jumping in. No, that would be foolish in my mind. Of course, of course, our opinions are strictly our own. We're not investment advice, and people should check with whoever they trust more than they trust us, like an advisor. Shouldn't trust us. We're shifty people, right, Kamal?
Yes, that's.
We're very shifty. Did Professor Spike come back? I ought to look.
I cannot tell. There's no way for me to see.
Oh, he did.
Hello.
Spike is back.
Yes.
So, we were talking about Bitcoin mainly, and we were talking about the banks. And the banks scare me.
Yeah, no, I was backstage. I heard all the conversation.
Yeah, and Bitcoin, I'm very bullish for Bitcoin right now. It looks quite good. That's basically where we were.
Yeah, the Bitcoin adjacents haven't done. I'm looking at coin. It's still languishing.
But the other miners came back and MicroStrategy.
Yeah, and I saw that.
Coin might not be the best place to be for a Bitcoin play.
No, I think you're right.
The ETFs are competition, Spike. You don't need to go to Coinbase
Don't need to buy it. That's right.
For an ETF. You don't have to have an account. You just go to
Professor Spike, do you have MSTR?
I do not.
MSTR, maybe swap out of Coinbase and go into one of the others like MSTR.
Right. I'm starting to move a little bit into Ethereum.
Yeah.
ETH. Like I said, if it ends up following the way Bitcoin did, maybe we'll have like Bitcoin will give us like a 3-month view.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to summarize the Bitcoin play. I think there's a lot of catalysts. You got in April the halving, which we explained the last time. You've got the inverse relationship with the regional banks. You've got the ETFs now established, and people are slowly but surely going into that. So I think they will swell. They will swell up with investors. So even if you get if every investor invests 1% of their portfolio in one of those Bitcoin ETFs, Bitcoin will go up double, triple, quadruple, maybe 10 times. That's an enormous amount of money, right? 1% of every investor. That could happen. So what does PRs have to say?
He's talking about Novus.
No, Sava.
Oh, sorry.
Sava.
Well, Mantis is talking about
gains in the
Novus.
last 2 days, which it usually does after good news.
Oh, PR. I see.
Buy the dip. I've been buying Sava, so yeah.
I've been averaging.
I agree. Buy the dip on Sava. let's go back and take a look at what Mantis wants and what Abdella wants.
Yeah, Mantis is looking at a Novus because data might be coming out soon.
All right.
And Abdullah's looking at something that just popped big today. So we may have missed the boat on that one.
What's the symbol on Abdella's?
SYRA.
Wow, what happened here?
I'm on the minute. Oh, I'm on the daily.
Yeah, you're on the daily.
Well, there must have been some really good news. Look at how much volume you have suddenly, you know. The stock that basically has no volume. You don't even see it on a chart.
Some deep interest.
And now it's overbought and it popped to 485. I'd have to look at the fundamentals here. It actually went as high as $8 and change.
Look at that wick, top wick, man. Many people got really nailed.
Yeah, when it was high, you had to get out you had to be nimble to get out quickly. I don't know enough about the fundamentals to take an educated guess as to what it's going to do from here.
A bunch of partnerships.
What is it?
Let's see. Announced a partnership for a federal contract with $75 billion. A couple of days ago, it was $250,000. So they have I guess they're just getting into partnerships.
All right. It looks like
A bunch of them over the last month.
Well, it's only today that it moved. So.
Well, yeah, $75 billion is a lot of money.
Yeah. What happened with the $75 billion?
I'll tell you in a sec. A federal contract.
It couldn't be. There's no $75 billion contract.
Well,
unless it's spread over many, many companies.
Yeah, I know. That does sound fishy, but they're saying it. Let's see. Health and Human Services, Administration for Families and Children, the Office of Refugee Resettlement, and Medical Staffing Support.
I'm sure this is just getting a piece of the action.
Yeah, I'm sure, but I'm sure it's a big enough piece that they're...
Yeah. Maybe Abdullah will shed a little more light.
Yeah, exactly. And then, of course, he has to answer my question. Where were you yesterday?
Yeah. Tell us about it yesterday. Let's take a look at a Novus. They're waiting the trial data. I'm hoping it comes out good because my tremors are getting worse. So.
PR says
first online. I'm first online as a patient.
Yeah, right.
The chart is okay. I mean, it bottomed out. It's anticipating the results. So you really can't tell from the chart whether it's going to be positive or negative.
He says data for 6 months Parkinson, phase 3 any day now.
Yeah. Well, I wish all the longs a lot of luck on this one. I've been long, but I'm not now. Like I said, I'm long as a patient, a potential patient.
Right. You're as patient as the day is long.
Yeah. What else? Was there anything else, or that was it?
Let's see. Actually, CRISPR. Curtis was
CRISPR. Yeah. CRISPR's breaking out. Well, up 3. That's pretty good. Well, 5%. It's about time the XBI and the gene editing stocks started to move. It's overdue. Definitely. I remember when we had Gene investing on with us.
Yep.
Wasn't he? He was guessing $80 by the year end. Meaning
CRISPR, yeah.
Yeah, which we didn't get. I think we might have hit 80, but didn't close at 80. I'm not sure what we hit. Let's see what was the high of the year back here. 76.97. Yeah, that was a good guess. His guesstimate was $80, if I remember correctly. So pending approval of the beta thalassemia drug and the
Sickle cell, right?
sickle cell disease drug. Yeah. So right now we have a series of higher lows and not pronounced higher highs, but they're slightly higher highs. It's trending in the right direction. It's not breaking out like some of the tech names, but it's trending.
Yeah, I see a slight bit of exponentiality. No, I mean
Wouldn't go
parabolic.
that far, but
Slight parabolic,
yeah, maybe.
maybe.
Potentially.
طيب actually.
Got this triangle, ascending triangle. Could break out north of that. That would be very bullish. So it kind of, this was an excellent candle, don't get me wrong. I want to see follow-up on it. So that's it. I remain very bullish. I sold some shares of Amazon, which I said last time. I started nibbling, buying some back today. I bought some MicroStrategy back today. Not back. I added to my MicroStrategy.
I jumped in a little bit to IBM.
That's a good one. Buy IBM.
It gave a slight dip, so I'm taking it.
I sold a drop of SMCI. I might get rid of whatever I got left because it looks like it's forming a straight line up, and they don't last forever, do they?
No, does not make sense.
It goes up, must come down.
Yeah, so it got me a little bit nervous. Doc is with us today. Mika.
Somebody wants to check UNH, which I think is United
United
Healthcare.
Healthcare.
UNH? Why not?
We still got a couple more minutes.
Yeah, I think the XBI was up a little today, wasn't it? This has been a bellwether in the healthcare sector. So why not own this one? If you're going to own, if you're going to own anything in the healthcare area, this would be the one. It looks like it put in the bottom at 490, doesn't it? It looks to me like a bottom. And the direction is up. You got to, your 50 looks like it wants to cross 100 the wrong way though. Let's see if that can straighten out and not cross. I think you're looking at resistance right above where it is though, right? I think this is resistance right in here at 526.
We can see ourselves. We cannot see the charts.
You can only hear my voice. I'll fix.
No, you're not showing your screen as well.
I will fix that. Okay. So you see the 50 and the 100. They're about to cross negatively. You're getting a bearish signal there. The resistance is right here at 526. So if you can break through resistance, I think you're looking at a nice run to these highs here back in where is that? I have to squint to see. 12.1 looks like 23 of 554. So this stock is not very far off its highs. So it looks like an okay place to get in. But it looks very, very much like a blue chip that deserves to be in people's portfolios. That's how I size this one up. Is it a lily? No, it's not a lily.
No, it's not a lily.
Lily is like tech-like, isn't it? tech like wolves. Lily has been amazing. All right, so
All right, we got to our.
that does it. I think we covered a lot of ground. Very bullish Bitcoin. A little worried about the regional banks. Watch
Yeah.
them carefully. But I think Bitcoin goes up regardless. That's the moral of today's story. On Monday, I was thinking trading range for Bitcoin from 42 to 44. We broke that already. All right, adios, amigos, and ciao. See you next week.
Bye
Take
all.
care. Bye.